When you live with an abusive trunk, you're really living with two versions of the same person. And that switch keeps messing with your mind, doesn't it? Because a good version is temporary and a bad version, well, that's the blueprint. One sunny day doesn't fix a leaky roof because the sun's not a repairman. Stop judging them by their nicest moments and start judging them by their real patterns. You're basically just holding the house and holding everything together, then they don't really feel the damage that they cause. You do. If they make the mess and you clean it up, nothing changes. Pain is the only thing that causes humans to change. And reality is the only teacher that they'll listen to. Nobody beats a substance that helps someone avoid reality. That booze, that bottle will always win until they choose to face themselves. You need to stop holding umbrellas over people who create their own storms. Let's cut the fluff. Let's cut the cute stuff. The hell with the excuses, and let's talk real. You've probably asked yourself this question until your head hurts. Why won't they change? They cry and say, I'm sorry. They'll swear that they're done drinking. They say that they love you. They act normal for a day or two. And then boom, the same bullshit, same lies, fear, the same hell. It all comes back. So today, I'm telling you what most people are not willing to tell you. They're not changing because they don't have to. And you, yes, you are the one paying the price. This is not about blame. It's about clarity. So you can stop bleeding for someone else's demons. When you live with an abusive trunk, you're really living with two versions of the same person. First, you have the good one, the one that shows up just long enough to confuse you, to make you happy and make you feel better. And then you have the destroyer, the one that shows up when the bottle opens or life gets hard or when they feel small and they want control. And that switch keeps messing with your mind, doesn't it? Because you keep thinking, well, if they can be good sometimes, then why can't they just be that person? Because a good version is temporary and a bad version, well, that's the blueprint. One sunny day doesn't fix a leaky roof because the sun's not a repairman. In a football game, the halftime hero can still lose the whole damn game. Stop judging them by their nicest moments and start judging them by their real patterns. Because nobody changes when somebody else carries the consequences. Listen to that again. No one changes as long as someone else is carrying the consequences. If you're the one that's crying, scared, walking on tiptoed eggshells, fixing the messes, apologizing, calming the storm, lying to friends, protecting your children, basically just holding the house and holding everything together, then they don't really feel the damage that they cause. You do. And because people don't change when life is still working for them, why would they? If they make the mess and you clean it up, nothing changes. Pain is the only thing that causes humans to change. But if you're taking in all that pain for them, you're protecting them from waking up. You're trying to save the relationship. I understand that, but you're also saving them from reality. And reality is the only teacher that they'll listen to. You're trying to be their peace, but alcohol, that's their shortcut to numbness, and you can't compete with that. They run away from responsibility, guilt, shame, pressure, their past, or even themselves. And no, you can't love them sober. No one can do that. You can't help them calm down. You will never be good enough to make them quit. Nobody beats a substance that helps someone avoid reality, because you can't outlove someone else's hiding place. You could be perfect. You could be a saint. You could bend yourself into a paperclip. It doesn't matter, because their escape, that booze, that bottle, will always win until they choose to face themselves. And anybody can say the right words. I'm sorry. I'll change. I don't want to lose you. I hate myself when I drink. You're all I've got. Yeah, that stuff is free, doesn't cost anything, requires nothing. Real change really costs something. It costs discomfort, honesty, losing excuses, losing control, accountability, facing their trauma, building new habits, and doing very uncomfortable work every day. Most abusive drunks, they want the reward of change, your forgiveness, your attention, your presence, but they want it without the work of change. So they talk change, but they don't do change. And that's a big difference. Saying sorry without action is emotional fraud. If you don't see it happening, then it's not happening at all. Now let's talk about you, enough about them. This is where your actual power really is. You can't fix them, you can't force them, and no, you can't heal them. But you can stop participating in your own destruction. Here are 3 very simple actions that can shift the whole game. Number 1 is stop dating their potential. The biggest trap in abusive relationships isn't the violence, it's the hope. You don't stay for who they are, you're staying because of what you think they could be. But the truth is, potential is a fantasy. Patterns are reality. Stop falling in love with their future self. That version, that isn't real. It hasn't shown up yet. It probably never will. That version will never protect you. If they changed, you would see it and not hear it. Say that out loud. If they changed, I would see it and not hear it. Hope without evidence is self-harm. Stop dating their potential. Start paying attention to their energy. And you have to protect your energy and not their ego. You waste more energy explaining, arguing, defending, calming, fixing, and absorbing their hell than you are in living your own life. Your job is not to keep them comfortable. Your job is to stay alive, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Because the rule is, your energy comes first and their ego always comes last. If you need a distance, take it. If you need silence, take it. If you need space or if you need sleep, take it. Don't apologize for it. You don't owe anyone, I don't care who they are, unlimited access to your peace. You need to stop holding umbrellas over people who create their own storms. The 3rd step, start rebuilding you quietly and steadily. Change, that starts when you get stronger, not when they do. 1 small brick a day. Bricks look like saving money that they don't know about or can't touch, getting your documents in order, working out, doing breath work, reading, spending time to yourself, reconnecting with old friends, learning something new. Yes, admitting the truth to yourself, building your confidence, building your skills, brick by brick, your life, it starts to expand again. Because strength, it doesn't show up all at once. It shows up every single day. The stronger you get, the smaller their shit show will feel. No, you don't have to leave today, but you do have to start building you today. You start by telling the truth to yourself, and the truth, that's what sets you free. Let me give it to you straight. They're not stuck, you are. You're stuck because you're loyal, not because you're weak. Because loyalty to someone who keeps hurting you is just another form of self-loss. They don't change because they don't have to. You change because you have to. And the moment you begin shifting, that whole dynamic cracks. Either they rise or you rise out. Either way, you stop flinching. Let's close this out simple. They don't have to change because you're the one carrying the pain. Alcohol is their escape. Talking, that's free. Doesn't cost a thing, but real change, that costs work. And you can stop believing in their potential. You can start protecting your energy and not their ego. And you can start rebuilding yourself brick by brick. Listen, if this episode hit you, and I know it did, hit like, subscribe, and share it, especially with someone else that's going through this that you may know. And if you want common sense guidance that doesn't sugarcoat the truth, go to my website, flinchnomore.com. That's flinchnomore.com, where I have real tools, real language, real help, no fluff, no bullshit. And remember, you're not crazy. You're just waking up. And once you wake up, you will never live the same again. Let's talk soon.